mabuhay Lanao del Norte. Aniya na punta karon sa atong programa ug atong madungog ug masinati ang mensahe sa atong bisita karong programa nato. I'm your host Juana Bacos and kani ang kapihan sa Lanao del Norte. Atong bisita karong adlaw, walay laing kundi ang atong amahan sa probinsya sa Lanao del Norte. No other than our 2nd District Representative, Congressman Abdullah Bobby Dimaporo. Good afternoon, Congressman.
Good afternoon to you and to all.
How are you today?
Well, I'm fine. I woke up early because I have to pray before sunrise. So I woke up at 4 o'clock.
Okay. So, Congressman, we have questions. Also, I have questions, and also our media affiliates. They have questions to you later on after I ask the questions here. Okay? Ang first nato nga question, Congressman, what were the greatest successes and accomplishment in your entire working history diri sa atong probinsya?
Well, first, I'd like to tell you that my father and I never expected this, no? That I be in politics because I was trained to manage his businesses.
Okay.
And it was Ferdinand Marcos, the president, who forced my father, because they were good friends, who forced my father to let me run. Because according to the report to the president, that the 3 candidates who are also party mates of my father will not run anymore if I would run. And that is what Ferdinand Marcos learned. So he forced my father to make me enter politics. My father trained me for his businesses, not for politics. But I am able to use what I have learned from my studies, from my schools.
So giunsa makapag-convince sa imong father, like ingon man ka you're not wala kanya gitrain ana sa pamulitika, gitrain kanya sa business ninyo. Yun sa man niya pag-convince to run in this province?
I'll tell you first their change of statement by Ferdinand Marcos. That was a meeting of the regional chairman of the party of President Marcos, and I think the last region was Region 12, and the last province of Region 12 that was asked by Ferdinand Marcos was Lanao del Norte. So when it came to Lanao del Norte, he told my father that Ali, I have here a letter from all of our leaders in the province of Lanao del Norte, and they are asking your son to run for the interim Batasan Pambansa as representative of your province. And all of the 3 party mates of ours will withdraw their candidacy if your son will run. My father answered him, Mr. President, I trained my son to manage my businesses, and indeed, I did not know that he was doing that to me, but he did indeed put me to very good schools. For high school, the best high school at that time was Brent School in Baguio City. Okay. And then when I graduated from high school, he enrolled me in Stanford University of California, but I did not like it because our classroom was bigger than the auditorium of the Mindanao Civic Center, and the speakers were hanging down from the ceiling in order to hear us. And then there are televisions from which we can see the professor giving us what he wanted to teach us. And under it, it is every one of it has an assistant who are fourth-year colleges. And then I did not like it. I went to his office and I was told that I can talk to one of his assistants, a fourth-year college. But I said, I want to talk to the professor. And the office said, no, you cannot. So I went to a friend of mine, and he, because of our discussion, I decided to transfer. So I went to Whitman College, but my father sent me again to the University of Washington. And I went back to Whitman College to graduate for my economics. And then he sent me to Japan to study there again.
Master's na to siya.
To study the economy of Japan. During our our long vacations, he would send me to Europe, to different countries, and won't let me stay in a hotel. He wanted me to stay in the dormitories of the students, and also students from other countries who tour around during the vacation areas, vacation time, in order for me to learn the different culture and ways of doing things. And then I thought I have done what he wanted, but when I graduated and went home, he asked me to take business management in AIM, Asian Institute of Management, to get a master's degree. Okay. And then again, I thought that was the last. But again, he asked me for the last time to take another master's degree in business economics in Asia Pacific University. And that was the reason why he did not want me to enter politics, because I think he was thinking they spent a lot of money for my education. And but then President Marcos told my father, answered my father when he said that I have trained my son. And President Marcos told him that Ali, do what I'm doing. Hire the best managers that you can find, and your son can learn from these managers. And my father answered, Mr. President, I would rather have my son learn from his own mistakes. And then I think, I don't know what was the feeling of Marcos, he did that to the table, and then stood up, because that was the last province. And he said, Ali, I have decided your son is our candidate in the province of Lanao del Norte for the interim Batasan Pambansa. And when my father arrived in the house, he told me, start already thinking of what you guys will do in the province of Lanao del Norte. So we thought of 3 visions.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ana, nga kuan, Congressman. So as the father of Lanao del Norte, what do you think is your greatest legacy nga imong mabilin sa people of Lanao del Norte here in our province?
Well, actually, I'm not thinking of that. I'm not thinking of to be someone. But I don't know what. I think the best legacy was our peace. The Muslims and Christians were fighting at that time. And there was also a number of NPAs. One of their camp was on top of the mountain of Sultanaga Dimaporo, and also of Sapad. And that camp is being used by NPAs to go down to Lanao Sur, and then to come back to SND, and then go home to Zamboanga del Sur. And there was also an NPA at the boundary of Kapatagan, municipality of Kapatagan, Sultanaga Dimaporo. And we were able to ask them to find another place and not those places. But we also promise them that we will not report it to the police or military.
So may patuupod sila ato, Congressman,
Yes.
sa inyong request.
Yes, we ask them to get out of here.
Okay. So, ang question ni Mike Navarro of Newsline Philippines and also Mindanao Express is, it's still the same. As the father of Lanao del Norte, what's your legacy sa 2nd District daw, as the congressman of the 2nd District, as a representative of 2nd District? Kung sa daw imong legacy nga mapabilin dito?
What have I done there, especially only for 2nd District? Well, again, it's the development of the province. One way of developing the province is to have many funds, money to come in from outside. And that money will go around from one person or one
place,
maybe businessman, no, a carinderia, to another, to another, to another. And let's say it goes to 4 businesses, and that 100 pesos becomes 400 pesos of the money in the province. So what we are doing now is making Mount Inayawan of the municipality of Nunungan to be an ASEAN Heritage Park. ASEAN is the organization of the ASEAN is Association of Southeast Asian Nations. And we are now, we have finished our application and we are waiting for their decision.
For Inayawan to be included?
Yes. And then to support that plan, we are now having the port of Sultanaga Dimaporo being made by our government.
Okay.
But I am going to ask that to be an international port. Because we have the Morogol, Iliana Bay, from Malabang to Pagadian, at the center is Sultanaga Dimaporo. So to put that port, after the Morogol, there I forgot the name of the Asian, of the sea, but in that sea near to us is Indonesia, Malaysia, and Borneo. And there are small islands too. And we were able to get one of to look at that area. I think it was the staff of the Indonesian ambassador to the Philippines to look at, and they like it because if you look at the map of Mindanao, north and south, on the north is Zamboanga, del Sur and del Norte. On the south is Davao. In between it is Sultanaga Dimaporo. So if you make the port in Davao, it will be longer for them to take the goods to the other parts, Zamboanga provinces. And then if you look at also the map, Sultanaga Dimaporo is closer to the far east provinces like Bukidnon, and the other, we are nearer to them compared to Davao and also to Zamboanga, near Sur. And then we can take the goods that they will send to us for Visayas, because we have ports in Osamis and also in Iligan City, which is near to us.
Yes.
And then the airport of Osamis City is near to us, and the airport of Pagadian City is near to us. So if in the ASEAN meetings, Mount Inayawan as an ASEAN heritage park may be discussed by them. And this discussion may go to the public of their own countries, of their respective countries, and that may attract tourists to come. They can go by boat to Sultanaga Dimaporo, and we have started concreting the road from Sultanaga Dimaporo going up to Nunungan, coming down to Sapad and to the municipality of Kapatagan.
Yes.
So that is what we are trying to do. In order to develop our province, we need as much money as we can
To enter the province.
the province.
Okay. So moving forward, Congressman, will you still continue in your public service without holding any office? And how will you do that?
Well, I have to stop. This coming election, and my daughter, our youngest daughter, Siti Amina, will be, God willing, with the help of our voters, will replace me. And then I will concentrate myself on our family businesses.
Okay.
Personally.
So mura na ni siya ang imong retirement.
Well, it's not the retirement. It's not. I'm not thinking of retirement. I'm going to look at first the performance of my daughter.
Okay. So this is this is also a continuation of my question. This is from Julie Gapol of DXNE FM Radyo Kalambuan. Why is it nga si Miss Siti Amina Dimaporo? Why did you choose her as mupuli sa imuha as a second district representative?
You know, many years ago, when my father came from that meeting of President Ferdinand Marcos, regional meeting, that was many years ago. We are now following the plan that we made at that time. That was long time ago. And we are now implementing the second vision. The third vision will come after 2040. That long.
Yes.
So the answer to your question, may I ask again, what was that question?
Why did you choose Siti Amina as your replacement sa imuhang pagka-second district representative?
Because
Unsay nakita nimo niya?
as I told you, we have a vision that we want to implement. We all get old, and time will come that we will be gone. So we are now preparing those who will replace us, Khalid and Siti Amina.
Yes, and they saw it. Nagdako sila sa anak nga vision.
Yes.
Sa probinsya. Okay. So you made Vision 2020 successful, and very, very successful, in fact. So you achieved peace and order here in our province. Now, you said about the vision in 2040. Can you give us an overview about it,
Yes,
Congressman?
The vision is to unite the people of the province, respecting each other, helping each other, and happy, because they cannot respect and help each other if they're not happy.
That's right.
And in order for us to attain that unity, because we need to unite them, because peace is temporary. It can be broken anytime, especially if there are many poor people. So in the unity, the first that we will do is to alleviate poverty. NEDA told us that the poverty line in the province of Lanao del Norte is 10,150 or 350 pesos.
Okay.
To us, that is not enough because a long time ago, that may be a good income for each family each month. But time will come that the cost of things that you want to buy will increase.
That's right.
Like gasoline.
Yes.
So instead of that amount, our target is 30,000 pesos per family per month. And in order for us to do that, we have planned this much long before Bongbong Marcos.
Okay.
And I am happy that it is in the plan of Bongbong.
Okay.
In order to alleviate poverty, we need to have the help of TESDA. TESDA has more than 200 types of businesses. And each can look at that. They can be they can be taught by TESDA. They can be informed by TESDA what those businesses are, and they can choose it. Choose one for their business, and then we can get capital from government to implement it. No? But this is hard to get from our province because there are many poor. It is also hard to get from the departments because they serve other provinces. But if we need a lot of money, we need the president to help us, and also the vice president to help us, and the senators who are helping us. I am happy that presidential candidate Bongbong Marcos spoke one time, and my understanding of it is that he intends to unite the people of the Philippines. I don't know if that's correct, no? Because to me, that's what I understood from his statements. But in order to unite the people of the Philippines, he has to alleviate poverty. The same problem that we have with Vision 2040. And if he does that, he can help us. We can implement 2040 vision of our governor. And in that vision also, because in the third vision is that all Muslims will be religious. All Christians will be religious. So that we don't have to tell them to be helping each other. Because what we will be telling them is that we only have one and the same God.
Yes.
We only differ in the way of our prayers to our God, to our respective God. And I think that will help out, but we want, another reason why we want to give them a higher net income, more than 30,000 pesos, because we want their children and grandchildren to be studying in good schools.
Yes.
We want our population to be bright, smart, with good moral character. That is why we want them to be religious. So this is our three visions for our province.
Thank you so much for that, Congressman. In Panguil Bay, how did the idea of Panguil Bay Bridge come to life? How did you...
That was the desire and plan of my father-in-law, Governor Quibranza.
Okay.
And then we implemented it with the help of my father. Because my father brought us to the president at that time, and the president helped us put the MCC, and that MCC, with that MCC, we were also able to get the help of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo to implement this bridge. And before he went out as president of our country, she went out, she spoke in Congress and talked about that bridge. And then we gave the feasibility study to, I think, 4 presidents. And it was Gloria Macapagal Arroyo who acted on it, but it was too late. But in order that it will be implemented by the next president, she put in 90 million pesos for that bridge. So when the next president came, we were able to urge him to implement. And it was President Duterte who came here and the groundbreaking was, he did it here. They were asking it to be done in Osamis, in Osamis Occidental, but President Duterte did it here.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So we have here our media affiliates, Congressman, and they also would like to ask questions from you.
Yes, Congressman, once again, mayong hapon. What if Bongbong Marcos was not chosen by President Duterte to be the PDP Laban standard bearer? Would the Team Quibranza Dimaporo still endorse PDM presidency to the people of Lanao del Norte?
You know, we allow ourselves to have different parties. Like for example, I never got out of the party of Danding Kuhangkon, no? And then my daughter, Siti Amina, also did not get out of the party of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. And Muhammad Khalid, my son, is staying in the party of, I think, Duterte, no? President Duterte. So we have now 3 parties. My wife, Governor Anging, just chooses where to go among the 3.
So they have the freedom to choose which.
Yes, they have the freedom to choose. Our mayors have the freedom to choose. And because the reason is that we don't know who will be the next president.
That's right.
We will be transferring and transferring and transferring. And we don't like it. We want to stay, each one of us, in one and the same party.
Yeah. Because also you have the same vision with them.
Yes.
All right.
Follow up, para sa katong 30,000 pesos per month support or should be the income of the poor Filipino family congressman. Based sa mga datos na inyong nakita, unsa o kanusa ka na pwedeng ma-implement kining nasampit na program?
We are now implementing it, but trying it in order to find the problems that we may have to face. We started with vegetable gardening. We started in Taguluan, but there was a problem. Nothing much happened. We started in, I think it was Tangkal or Pantar. We started there and we were helped by the military. They let us use one farm tractor. But our problem that we saw there is that we did not involve the mayor and also the barangay chairman. And then again, we forgot to involve the mayor, but later on in Unungan, we decided to implement, to be with the mayor. So our trial of vegetable gardening in Nunungan, where Mount Inayawan is much better than the 2 trials that we did. Now we started trying it in the municipality of Munay, where there are MILF, and we stopped it because of the campaign.
Okay.
So again, we will discuss this and implement it after the election.
Okay. So you have already started that one.
They studied law in the same school, College of Law of UP. And then when the I think Second World War because of the Japanese
Invasion.
I think World War II.
Two.
The two of them almost at the same time became soldiers. No, they were not asked, but they by themselves they decided to.
They presented themselves.
Yes, to join the army to fight the Japanese. And I think he should be remembered for what he did. He was assigned to, I think, a part of Mindanao. I forgot if it was, they call it Northern or Southern Mindanao, or Central Mindanao, but I think Malabang is in the Northern Mindanao, no? He was assigned there, he was assigned there. He was given an order when the general of American general who was in charge of Philippines, I forgot his name, no? When he left the country to go back to the U.S. to get more information and order, my father joined the, I forgot the term for it, the ones that show themselves not as soldiers but fighters. No, he went to the forest with his men. He did not do anything. And then when General MacArthur was returning to the Philippines, all of them were given order to prepare for the landing of the boat vessels and the airplanes of the Americans. And so my father did. What is very, very important that we should make it known to our people is that he decided, he had a meeting with his men and told him he is going to be, he will let him be captivated by the Japanese. That place is just like the one in Luneta, where there is a high fence, stone and concrete, no? Intramuros.
Intramuros,
No?
yes.
Intramuros, the same thing in that place in Malabang that the Japanese made as their camp for, I think, northern Mindanao. And my father decided that he will have himself, I forgot the words, no? Captivated, no? Or what,
Imprisoned by the
word?
Japanese.
Yes, imprisoned. So he walked in front of the gate, but he in his meeting with his men, he told him, and he found a lady who goes there all the time, every day, to be selling food to the Japanese, local foods. And he talked to that female, that lady, and asked him to give a certain piece of note that he folded to his men when she tells him to do it. So he had himself
Captured by the Japanese.
No, that's the word. Captured by the Japanese. He did it. He was walking. In front of the the
entrance of the.
Yes. And then the Japanese went out immediately and took him inside. And then while inside, his purpose is to Oh, he did not give that letter yet to that lady, no. His purpose was to study their movement. So after studying their movement, he made a plan. And then that plan, that's the a piece of paper that he gave to that lady who goes inside the Japanese
To sell
camp.
food.
Yes, there is an English term for it. No, I forgot. I'm sorry, I'm 72 years old. Very, very
We
forgetful.
understand, Congressman.
He gave that. He gave it at the time that he was told that he would be killed by musketry. No? And the day before, he gave that letter. And then his men, of course, I think already started preparing, no? For his being killed by the Japanese. So when he was standing there, and the Japanese soldiers were prepared to be given an order to shoot him at the same time, his men came in. They were able to get that camp because most of the Japanese soldiers were there to watch him killed. So he was able to liberate that area. And the next that he did was the airport. And then he guarded the beach. And that was the time when the American vessel and the submarine came to Malabang to bring down, I think, firearms and bullets to be used by I forgot who, not soldiers, but they hid in the forest and came out when General MacArthur
Came to the
was to
Philippines.
arrive. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, sir.
Hapon na Congressman, hindi apan bigyan sa Lanao del Norte. So si Bongbong Marcos naguna supit. So kung eleksyonon karon, daw na siya. So kung puhon na Congressman nga makalingkod na sa Malacanang as a president, kung sa may pinaka-priority nga imong pangayon ng proyekto nga makabenepisyo sa lalawigan sa Lanao del Norte.
Yes. My wife, the governor, and my son, Muhammad Khalid, and my daughter's sister, Siti Amina, and we have already told the mayors what to do also. What we want is for Bongbong Marcos and Sara Duterte. They will win here, but what we want is a high percentage. What we are targeting is 80% of our votes will be for Bongbong and also Sara Duterte. The governor and Muhammad Khalid and Siti Amina talk to the people that we go to in our campaign about trying to convince them to vote for us. And then I would come in order to tell the people why we should be voting for Bongbong Marcos. What I am saying is that we have planned to alleviate poverty, and we cannot do it alone without the help of the president. Because we need TESDA, we need money, and we need the other, like Department of Agriculture, to show us what to do. And only the president can activate them very actively. No? And also, we like also Sara Duterte because she would be helping the president and therefore helping us. But in addition, not only to vote for them, I tell them that it's not only for them to win, but to get big percentage of our votes. Because if we don't do that, Bongbong Marcos and Sara Duterte might think that I did not work. But if we give them 80%, 90%, they might be very happy of what we have done and will be showing the result to the entire country. That we are the only province who have given them 80% votes. And this is what we are now trying to do.
So to
give them-
alleviate the poverty,
yes, to,
more fundings from the
yes,
national government.
so that the president and the vice president will have more and better feelings for us.
Okay. That's Sir Doming
May
Sapa.
hapon, Congressman, imong higala doming sa puting. Doon ako'y nakita, pinagi sa kong nadumog sa mga katawan. Team Quibranza Dimaporo will surely win landslide this upcoming election, May 9. Gusto lang akong may bawaan, Congressman, kay nakita mo na ko, nagtamo, mga leaders sa atong probinsya, pumili kayo mga senadores. Nagatuo ko, nga doon ako mo'y napili, nga dali ninyo masangpit o pagkatabang sa atong probinsya. Mahimo ba, Congressman, nga imo mga nlan, kining mga senador na magpapili,
Yes.
karong Mayo 9,
I think there are
na
several.
pagkatabang sa atong probinsya.
I don't try to memorize things because of my age. Kaya mga
Glenda.
senador helped us before. And then to our feeling, they will win again. So what we have selected 7 whom
Seven
we believe-
senatorial, yes.
Yes, whom we believe will win. And will again be helping us like before, no? But we have actually more than 7, but the most important are the 7.
So here are the senatorial candidates. That's my list.
Yes, we have for number 1 is Alan Peter Cayetano, a congressman. We were together, or we are together, and he's now running for senator. And then the next one, the second one, is Jinggoy Estrada. The mother was also a congresswoman, and also the father was a friend of my father. And third is Joel Tesdaman
Yes, Cayetano.
Villanueva. no?
Villanueva, Joel Villanueva.
Yes.
Joel Villanueva, Tesdaman.
Oh. And then the fourth is Lauren Ligarda, no? And then the fifth is Mark Villar, a son of Senator Villar, and who has helped us with the
The build,
concreting
build.
approach that we now see. And the next one is Migs Subiri
Subiri.
from Bukidnon, no? Whose father and I were together once in Congress, and who has become a family friend of ours, no? And he is always helping us.
Yes.
And
That's the last.
and the seventh is Win Gatchalian, who is also
Win Gatchalian.
Yes, Win Gatchalian. They have been also helping us. And we have other candidates that we have, because I think for senators, I think we vote for 10, no?
Yes, 10.
Not only 7, no?
Thank you so much, Congressman.
Thank you. Thank you, Congressman.
So let me say that again. That's Cayetano, Estrada, Villanueva, Ligarda, Villar, Zubiri, and Gatchalian. Those are the 7 senatorial candidates for PDP.
Thank
Sir?
you, Congressman.
Hapon na akong Oscar Artes, hindi akong kaya sa iligan. Kung ako'y ako mga kaigsunan sa mga tao nga nagpuyo, nagpuyo sa Lanao. Nangutama sa ito, kung gano'n sa tapano, magpaigay ng rally, si Bito hindi nalalawin natin.
What?
When is the BBM rally?
Oh, that we cannot say because of we
Conflict
are
of schedule.
protecting him, no. And we also they also don't want it to be given out, no, because they don't want the public to know where they are going, no, for security purposes. But the people already know that they are coming, and because
Yes.
of that, as you said, many already have decided to come, no, to see them. No?
Yeah, they're very excited actually.
And we will probably be telling people 1 day before they come, or 2 days before they come.
Okay. So there's no specific date for
Yes.
coming of BBM. Supposedly it was on 31, but it was moved. Okay. So is that the last? Okay, there you have it. Thank you so much, Congressman, for answering the questions of our media affiliates. Do you have any last message to the people of Lanao del Norte? Nga gusto niyo istorya sa ilaha?
Well, my message is always let us vote for the candidate who will win. We will not vote for the loser, because we will not get anything from the loser. We will get the help from the winner. I ask you to listen to news from television, from radio, newspaper, and you will see that Bongbong Marcos is still number one,
Leading.
and Sara Duterte is still number one. So we are asking our people to vote for the winners, not the losers, because it is from the winner that we can get help for the things that we need in the province of Lanao del Norte.
Thank you so much, Congressman. There you have it, guys. Atong nadungog na sinati ang mensahe sa atong mahal na amahan sa atong probinsya, Congressman Abdullah Bobby Dimaporo. Thank you so much, Congressman. Now, I would like to thank our sponsors, Blue Gray Coffee for our yummy coffee, and also Isla Salon Spa for my nails, and TP Brows and Aesthetics Clinics in Ribi, Lanao del Norte. And ako, si Juana Bacos, I'm your host. And ito ang kapihan sa Lanao del Norte.